Hey, we are joining you from the Shining Rock Wilderness in North Carolina. Today we're going to be hiking along some of the balds in Shining Rock Wilderness and summit several 6,000 foot peaks for the South Beyond 6K challenge. So we're going to hike up to Black Balsam Knob, Tennent Mountain, Grassy Cove top, and then finish with actual Shining Rock Peak. And should be a beautiful day today. We have flame azaleas, we have catawba rhododendron in bloom, and we have a beautiful day, so let's check it out. Alright, we're going to start off on the Art Loeb Spur Trail, and our route today, right here, we're going to hike this counterclockwise Art Loeb Trail up to Shining Rock, and then we'll come back on Ivestor Gap Trail to finish up back where we started. Alright, we're at mile 0.3 and got our first little rock outcrop overlook. So this is Balsam Knob. I have a video hiking to there on the South Beyond 6K, and then Chestnut Bald right there, also part of the South Beyond 6K. I have a video a couple of months ago making a loop hike to both of those. Alright, this is Black Balsam Knob that we're about to hike to. But we'll be up on the balds for the next few hours. Alright, we're at the summit of Black Balsam Knob. This is mile 0.7. This is our next stop over here at Tennent Mountain, and about a mile. Alright, we're at mile 1.75 and we are about to ascend Tennent Mountain straight ahead. And we've gotten some good rhododendron blooms over the past half mile or so. Alright, made it to Tennent Mountain, 6,040 feet. This is peak number 2 for today. We have awesome views from Tennent. Alright, this is Grassy Cove top over here. That's stop number 3 for the day. That's Black Balsam Knob back behind us. That's where we were for the first peak. Just hit Tennent Mountain and heading to Grassy Cove next. Alright, we're at mile 2.75 and we have come down to the junction of Art Loeb and Ivestor Gap. There's a Grassy Cove right in front of us. These are some of the best we've seen today. Alright, we just came out at Ivestor Gap and we're about to summit Grassy Cove top straight ahead. So there's several trails coming together right here at the base of Grassy Cove top, so just want to be careful. That's Graveyard Ridge. We do not want to go that way. So we're just going to come around and make sure we stay on the Art Loeb Trail, which should be this one right here. Yep. Alright, this is us right here. Got us some mountain laurel. We're at mile 3.87. To the left is the summit of Grassy Cove top. I summited that back in the winter, so we're just gonna head to the right on Art Loeb, and this will take us to Shining Rock in about 1 mile. A little brushy through here. Alright, I've got us at mile 4.28 and this should be Shining Rock straight ahead. That is where we're heading. So we got probably half a mile. Alright, we just hit several junctions here. I think that's Ivestor Gap to the left. So we're going to stay on. This is now turning into Old Knob Trail. So we're going to follow this and should lead us to Shining Rock Camp and Summit. A little tight through here. We are really close to the summit here. Should be right through here. Alright, summit of Shining Rock. And we actually found a rock outcrop a little ways back that probably has a better view, so we're going to go back there to hang out, but it's still a really cool spot. One last view from Shining Rock Summit. I think we found the Shining Rock this time. This looks more like it. Although over there is the actual summit. Shining Rock Camp. And here's our way out. Alright, so we came down a little bit and found a much better view. So that's where we've hiked from in the back. And we're not on the peak of Shining Rock, but we're just below it. And found a really nice rock outcrop. Alright, one last look from Shining Rock, and we're about to head back down to the parking lot. Alright, we're back at the junction of Art Loeb and Old Knob Trail. So we're going to turn this into a loop. So we're going to go to the right, and we're going to hop on Ivestor Gap to the left. Alright, we're about maybe quarter mile in. And we have two trails here. We're going to take the high ground to stay on Ivestor Gap to the left. And then we'll pretty much be on this trail all the way back to the parking lot. Got us a nice little peephole. There's Grassy Cove top to our left, and we're about to hit the junction here back with Art Loeb, and we're going to stay on Ivestor Gap all the way out. Alright, so right here at the base of Grassy Cove top, lots of junctions, so you got to be careful and make sure you're on the right trail. We're staying on Ivestor Gap all the way out, and this should take us straight to the parking lot from here. That's a cool view right here with Balsam Knob right there, and then Mount Hardy right there. All right, we are wrapping it up for today. Total, we had just a little over 10 miles and just under 1,600 feet of elevation gain. So overall, had a great day hiking out to Shining Rock. Views from the Balds, had some flame azaleas and rhododendron bloom, so had a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.